Howdy folks, this is Rob with MTG Investor. In today's video we're going to take a look at, is it worth it to open Modern Masters 2015 booster boxes? And there's a few different ways we want to come to a conclusion to that question, and it kind of depends on which angle you're coming from. It could be, are you open it so that you can sell it on eBay or try to sell it on Craigslist or some other way that you want, or source you want to sell it through. Another way you could look at it is it worth it to open it and just stick it in your trade binder and get good trade value out of it? Is it worth opening it just for the pure pleasure of opening booster boxes? And is it worth it to not open it and just hold on to it? So before we answer some of those questions, let's take a look at the set and some of the statistics of the set. First of all, we're going to look over here and see, we need to know, before I show you my formula on how to calculate the values of boxes and whether it's good, first you need to understand how many mythics are in the set and how many rares are in the set. And you also, to a degree, need to know how many commons and uncommons, which I'll explain later. The mythics, there's 15 in the set, and rares 53, which is, I believe, the same as the Modern Masters 2013. Alright, the pack cost is $10, basically $9.99, let's just say $10. And there's 24 packs per box, which is relevant, and it's relevant in relation to the amount of commons and uncommons in a box. So typically there's 36 packs in a box, 24 in this, and so the cost of the boxes are about $240. Right now you can get them on eBay for about $248 to $250. I was looking on eBay a couple days ago, and I could find some for $248, but most of them are right around $249.99 free shipping, so basically $250. There was a guy selling for $240, but he only had 95% feedback, and his negative feedback was that he would say out of stock and not ship something, or he would take forever to ship it, and I don't want to spend $1,000 on a case of Modern Masters 2015 and then, you know, a month later he says I'm out of stock. So I did buy some, and I'll talk about that in a little bit, but I got mine at $250, and if I had bought earlier, if I had bought a month ago for pre-sales, I probably could have got them for about $225, and I didn't, and so I paid $25 extra per box, but that's okay with me because I wanted to see the full spoiler before I bought. So anyway, also there is one foil per pack apparently, and it said that the foil replaces the land, and so I'm assuming that means every pack has a foil. I looked at a few different sources, and I only found one source clearly stating that there was one foil per pack. Maybe I just didn't look very good, but anyway, so it seems like there's one foil per pack. So in my opinion, that's going to be worth at least $25. At least. I'm not saying it's only going to be worth $25. I'm saying at bare minimum you're going to get 24 foils. There's going to be some uncommon, most of them are going to be commons, obviously. There's going to be some uncommons probably, and there's probably going to be 1 to 2 rares / mythic in there. So you know, you obviously could score and get a full Tarmogoyf or a full Noble Hierarch or full Dark Confidant or something, but you know, that's unlikely. So I'm assuming that I'm not going to hit one of those home runs, and I'm just going to get a basic simple full. I mean, you might get like a full Remand or cranial plating, which those are, you know, like $25 or something like that. So 25, I'm going to just call the low value. Whenever I make estimates, I want to know for sure what values I'm going to get. For sure. I don't want to overestimate, because that gets you in trouble with money when you start feeling, oh, I feel lucky. No, you don't want to do that. All right, so uncommons and common play sets. I put this on here because when I used to buy a lot of cases of cards and sell them on eBay for sets that were good. So for instance, I mentioned in another video that I had bought tons of cases of Ravnica, just like a little pallet of cases of Ravnica, and sold on eBay. because it was just so lucrative to do that at the time. And one of the ways that people make money busting boxes is selling the uncommon and common playsets. So basically, you're putting together 4 of every uncommon and 4 of every common, and you're selling those. So whenever I don't bust boxes, if I'm busting boxes and selling them on eBay, then I'll keep a common and uncommon playset for myself. If I'm not doing that, I will I'll buy a playset of uncommon and commons from eBay myself, and depending on the size of the set, it's going to run anywhere from $25 to $40. And so I always just buy a playset and stick it in my collection, so that if sometimes cards are just sitting there for like 3, 4, 6 years, and then all of a sudden, boom, it's super valuable and playable. And I just want to make sure I have all the cards in the set. I don't buy all the rares, but or mythics, but I do buy and have all the commons and uncommons. Now, so if you're buying cases, then you can sell quite a few of these uncommon common playsets. For you to get a common and uncommon playset from Modern Masters, you're going to have to buy probably at least 5 boxes, because there's 80 uncommons in the set, and there's only 24 packs, and there's 3 uncommons per pack, so that's 3 times 24 is 72. So that means there's only 72 uncommons in a box, but there's 80 uncommons in the set. So that means you're not even going to get 1 playset of uncommons if the numbers come out, on average. But most likely there's going to be a few uncommons that you get 2 of, and there's going to be, probably 15 it's probably going to be 15 uncommons you don't get out of the box. And then there's probably going to be about 8 to 10 uncommons that you get doubles of. So that's why that's relevant. So again, if you're going to sell uncommon and common playsets times 4, then you would need at least 5 boxes to open, and you're only going to get 1 playset of uncommons out of that. You'll get more commons, obviously, because there's 10 commons per pack, but common playsets don't really sell that well. So you could stick them aside to sell them as bulk. But anyway, okay, let's move on. Left on the uncommons, commons. All right, mythics per box. There's going to be about 3, because the ratio is 1 mythic per 8 packs. And there's 24 packs, so 24 divided by 8, it gives you 3. Now, it could be 2, it could be 4. It depends on how the distribution of packs go into the particular box that you open. If you opened a case, you're probably going to get 12 mythics. If you open, 100 cases, then you're probably going to get, what would that be, 1,200 mythics? So, we're just going to count on 3, because mathematically that's the odds we're going to get 3. So that means we're going to get 21 rares and 3 mythics that makes sure 24 packs right there. So now, how do we know the value of the set? So what we need to do is we need to look at the average values of mythics and rares and calculate. We're going to use a little formula here to do a little math. So if you're not good at math, oh well, you don't need to know. You can just follow along the best you can. All right, so the average mythic value is 31.93. However, that's including Tarmogoyf, and Tarmogoyf skews the scale quite a bit. And as we stated up here, there's only 3 mythics in the box. So that means there's 15 total mythics, boom, over here. So that means you have a 3 out of 15 chance of getting a Tarmogoyf, which reduces down to 1 out of 5 chance. You have 20% chance of getting a Tarmogoyf in your box. Now, I don't want to bank on a 20% chance. 20% chance tells me it's highly unlikely you're going to get a Tarmogoyf in your box. So I would prefer to do this calculation without Tarmogoyf included. Alright, so I would say the average mythic value without Tarmogoyf is $24.57. That's a big drop in price right there. That's like almost $7.50 drop in price. So I want to calculate this number right here, because I'm going to assume if I don't get a Tarmogoyf, which I probably won't, then what is my value going to be in my packs? Alright, so the average mythic value is $24.57. So basically I took all the mythics, and right here on this page, I added them all up. They add up to $479. This is the eBay price. This is Star City Games pre-sale price. So Star City Game pre-sales them at $612. All the mythics added together. The eBay price that I found on Friday May the 8th, is $479. If you take Tarmogoyf out, Tarmogoyf is about $135. If you take Tarmogoyf out, you get $344. So I took those. I took the $344 divided by 15 and get $24.57. Now, average rare price is $486. I took all the same thing, all the well, not all the rares. I'll explain just in a second. I got $258, and I divided that by 53, and I get $486. Now, on the rares, here's one thing that to keep in mind. I did not include all the rares that. Let's jump over here. So, for instance, if we look, here's the list of rares for Modern Masters on the SCG site. Like All Suns Dawn, 49 cents. So basically, a play set of that. If I were selling this on eBay, I'd sell playset, and maybe I'm selling it on eBay. Right here, the playset's $2 basically. On eBay, it's probably not going to be $2. It's probably going to be like $1.50. So $1.50, and then eBay's going to take their fees out. PayPal's going to take their fees out. It's going to cost you around 75 cents to ship it, because you're going to pay like 55 cents for a stamp. You're going to pay 20 cents for an envelope and a top loader, and so. Well, after all the fees and everything are taken out, you're looking at making, I don't know, 50 cents off this or something, quarter. And basically, to me, in my mind, if I'm going to take the time to create the listing on eBay, copy and paste, and make changes to make that individual sale for All Suns Dawn, list it, then when it sells, I'm going to send the invoice off to the customer, wait for the money, then I'm going to put it in a sleeve and a top loader. I'm gonna stick it in an envelope, and it's gonna go down to the post office with my other stuff. But I'm asking myself, is that worth 50 cents to me? And to me, no, it's not. To some people, it may be, but my time, the amount of time I'm spending to do that, is not worth 50 cents to me. Maybe you're at a place in your life where that is relevant to you, and if it is, go for it, dude, because there was definitely times in my life where, you know, making 50 cents was a thing, and I would do it. But at this point in my life, 50 cents isn't a thing for me. So I'm just saying, I'm not meaning that to be derogatory or anything. I'm just saying that I don't include cards like this in my rare list, like Ant Queen, things like that, because I just don't want to waste my time on little tiny menial things like that. I want a bigger return on my money. So all the rares that were basically $1.99 and under, I excluded. Now that was a 50-cent rare we just looked at. The $2 rares, that's $8 a play set, but not on eBay. It's not going to be. It's probably going to be more like $5 or $6 on eBay. And after fees and expenses, then you're going to probably get, you know, $3 off it, $4 off it maybe, depending. So if it's worth it for $3 for you, then go for it. I would probably go ahead and stick the $2 rares in there, but I'm going to exclude those from my calculation, because what happens right now in pre-sales is that things are kind of overinflated. But after the product hits the market, if you haven't sold those, the prices fall quite a bit. Now, real quick, while I'm on the subject, I want to show you something. If you come over here, if you've never eBayed cards or you're thinking about doing it, you need to. This is a tool you need to use. I know this is probably cut off my screen a little bit, but it says eBay PayPal fee calculator. The website is finalfeecalculator.com. I'll try to stick that over here on the left side so you can see that in the video if I can remember to do that. But you basically put in here like your sold price, and so let's say I put my sale price as let's say I sold those those cards that are like $2, and so I sold them for $8, and I know my shipping cost is going to be at least like 75 cents, you know. So I stick $8 in here. My shipping cost is 75 cents. You generally want to put free shipping on your eBays because they are going to sell. If when people look at eBay, if you're selling something for, let's say, $8.75 and it's free shipping, and the other person is selling it for $8 plus 75 cents shipping, people are more likely to choose the one that has free shipping for $8.75. it's just weird that way. It's just the way it is. So try to stick free shipping. So you're getting $5.92 after eBay and PayPal fees. And so, maybe that's worth it to you. If it's worth it to you, go for it. All right. Now, here's another one over here that I've used in the past, newlifeauctions.com. And it says this one hasn't been updated since 2013, but pretty much the stick it over here, fixed price, that's the buy it now, because I sell pretty much everything buy it now, I think. And then the actual, stick that in here. So see, we get the same thing, $5.92, right? We got the same $5.92 and $5.92, so both work. I just like this one. I've been using it for a long time, but either one is fine. These are not paid endorsements. These are websites I found. All right, so you're losing like 20% of your fees. Now, if you're selling those cards for like $3, then bam, you're only making $1.50 profit off it. So again, you have to ask, is it worth your time? Okay, back to here. So the average mythic price is $24.57, not including Tarmogoyf. Now, in each pack, there's 0.125 mythics, 12.5% mythics, and the rares 0.875. So basically, this is 1 out of 8. This is 1/8 as a percentage, and this is 7/8 as a percentage. And so you multiply this number times this number, and you get this. That means the pack value of mythics is 307, and you multiply this number times this number, and you get 425. That's the pack value of the rares. And then you add those two together, because these added together equal 1 pack. So these two numbers added together equal 1 pack. So the average pack value is 732 based on the set. Now, this is not included those little ticky-tack rares. If you throw those little ticky-tack rares in there, that's probably going to go up, I'm guessing, we'll say on average $1 rare. So yeah, that's probably going to go up to like $8.30, adding $1 rare in there. Maybe not even quite that much, because I've already included some of the rares into the calculation. So probably going to, let's say $8 even, if we'll just say $8 even there if you include the ticky-tack rares. All right, so $8 a pack if you include the ticky-tack rares, $7.32 if you don't. Now, what we need to do next is we need to calculate, is it worth it? Well, we know packs are $10, right? And our packs are worth $7.32 or $8, depending on how you look at it. Here's the formula: the mythic average price, which is here, times 3, because there's going to be 3 in the box, plus the rare average times 21, which is the rare average here times 21, because there's going to be 21 rares in your box, plus the foil values, which I said were going to be at $25 at least. So we're going to add those in, plus the common and uncommon playsets. And unless you're getting 5 or more boxes, you're not going to get an uncommon or common playset. So if you're going to eBay it, then you're going to multiply it by 0.85, because you're going to pay like 15% at least in fees. The higher the value, like say if you're selling a playset of Tarmogoyfs, they're going to take less percentage, probably going to be more along like 11 or 12%. But if you looked on that last one, if you looked on this one, remember, look, 30% right here, 30% fee percentage on. So the less valuable the object you're selling, the lower the price, then the more you're going to pay in a percentage. So this is just another way to look at it. You're going to take the mythic average times 3, plus the rare average times 21, plus the foil values, plus the uncommon common playset, which if you don't have it, if you just open a one box, you don't have that. And you're going to multiply that by 0.85 if you're doing eBay. But if you're not doing eBay, you're going to come out to a box value of about $201. This is going to be your trade binder value. So remember at the beginning of the video, I said the 4 questions you're going to ask yourself, depending on why you're opening the box. If you're going to open this for your trade and just stick in your trade binder, then for $201 and you spend, let's say you spend $250 on the box, then you're losing $50 value. That's not healthy. Now, there's a good chance you could get, I mean, I'm going to say there's a good chance, there's a reasonable chance you could get a good foil. There's a reasonable chance, 20% chance you could get a Tarmogoyf. Or if you get, like, you know, if you're getting one of these really nice rares, like if you get a Leyline or a Noble Hierarch or a Cryptic Command or a Fulminator Mage, you know, if you're getting one of those rares, that's going to jump the price up. If you open a box with a Tarmogoyf, now your box value is worth $312. So, you know, bam, you scored. So essentially, you open a Tarmogoyf, you're going to make money. You don't open a Tarmogoyf, you're going to be down money. The box value with a Comet Storm. Now, of all the mythics are worth decent money. Like, you know, there's only a few: Elishnorn, Iona, Kiki Jiki, Primeval, Tezzeret, that are like really under $20. But then they had to go throw in a Comet Storm, which is an embarrassment that they included Comet Storm in the set. I mean, total embarrassment. I have no freaking clue. You know, the Modern Masters product is a good product, I think. But putting Comet Storm as a mythic is just terrible. It's terrible, terrible. It would have been better if they just would have removed Tarmogoyf and Comet Storm and instead replaced it with, let's say, Blood Moon and Azusa Lost But Seeking, which are going to be like $30, $40 mythics. If they had just stuck those in, and then that way everybody knows that the mythics I get are going to be good mythics. They're not, you know, they're not crazy ridiculous. But the only thing I'm thinking is they took Tarmogoyf and plugged it into the set because it's a total outlier. Most of the mythics are this $15 to $40 range, and Tarmogoyf is way above that. And so they thought, okay, we'll put an outlier from the other side and put Comet Storm, which that's just horrible. So basically, if your average box value is $201. If you have a Tarmogoyf, it jumps to $312. If you have a Comet Storm, it falls to $178, which is really sad. If you're going to use eBay, and you're going to lose, I'm just going to say you're going to lose 15%. I just use a nice round number because it's probably going to average out to about 15% you're going to lose in eBay fees, PayPal fees, shipping expenses. You're at $171 a box. So my ultimate opinion is that if you are buying a box to open and sell on eBay, not worth it. If you're buying a box to open and put in your trade binder, probably not worth it, unless, you know, this is assuming you don't score a Goyf. Probably not worth it. It's not a huge difference, and some of the prices on the cards may go back up because right now the prices are down a little bit after, you know, the Modern Masters 2015 versions are lower than what the older versions were previously. So the prices have come down, but that happened in the original Modern Masters. The prices came down, and then after the set was absorbed, the prices went back up for a lot of things. So probably the end value on this right here, you might be, I think it's fair to assume that you're going to have a fair value. I think the trade binder value in a year, after you open the box, the trade binder value for those cards would be about $250, I think. So if you're buying it to stick in a trade binder, I think you're probably a push. You're break even. I think you're going to be about $250 in a year. Right now, you're at a loss. So if you're going to open them and put in a trade binder, I would wait until all the Modern Masters are sold and it's gone. And then the prices start moving back up on some of the key cards, and then you're probably going to be at a good value there. So right now on eBay, Tarmogoyfs are $135. And after Modern Masters has come out and it's been absorbed, probably those are going to move back up to about $160. So you don't want to trade them right now. You just want to open it and then sit on it a little bit. And so you're probably okay there. Now, okay, so for eBay, no, it's not good. If you're opening for trade binder, it's okay to decent, just say average, if you're going to wait until all the product's gone and the prices go back up. So what about opening it for your pleasure? If you're opening it for the pure pleasure, then by all means, open them up. They're going to be fun and exciting, and There's a part of me when mine come in that is gonna be like, oh, just open one box, just open one box, just open one box. Maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll make a video on opening a Modern Masters box. But I'm not sure. We'll see. I really want to just sit on them. So is it worth it to hold? That's a question I'm going to answer in another video. So opinion is, for eBay, don't buy it. For trade binder, only buy it if you're going to wait, 6 months to a year for the prices to go back up. If you're going to buy it for your own pleasure, yes, buy it. It's going to be one of the most pleasurable sets to open. The only thing that I could think of that I would rather open, well, obviously, I'd want to open some beta booster box or something, but that's a no-brainer. I'm going to exclude that because that's a no-brainer. So let's exclude anything with the original Power 9, let's Alpha Beta Unlimited, and let's also exclude Revised because that had dual lands. So Arabian Nights would be the one set that I'd really want to open, because that was the very first set that I saw on the shelves way back in the day, and I was like, I totally regret not buying some. I was like, God, I just wish I would have bought those Arabian Nights I saw sitting there at the comic book store way back in the day. So anyway, open them. I love opening. My wife doesn't play Magic. My kids don't play Magic. But when I get cases of product in to open, and like, I haven't done any eBay selling for busting booster boxes in quite a while. I think the last set that I sold was World Wake, which was a pretty lucrative set to sell on eBay. Anyway, when I would get cards in to open, oh man, my wife loved it. She loved opening packs, and she has no clue. She doesn't have any clue how to play Magic, but she'd be like, oh, what cards are valuable? Tell me what cards are valuable. And yeah, let me open them with you. Yeah. And she's like opening them faster than me. She's just like mowing through them, and I'm like trying to slowly open them and savor them and build up the suspense when I get to the rare, and she's just mowing through them. I'm like, slow down. So anyway, that's the video. Hope some of this information was relative to you. If there's any questions you have over any of these numbers and why I have them, and what they mean, then just put a comment in the comments and I'll try to answer them and talk about what it all means. What does it mean? So anyway, this has been Rob with MTG Investor. Thanks for watching, folks. Peace out.